The village of Oakhaven was ancient. Twisted oaks lined the single road in, their branches heavy with years. At the edge of the village, shrouded in mist and legend, lay the well. It was old, built of stones worn smooth by time and touch. Villagers spoke of the well in hushed tones, their voices barely a murmur. The legend was simple, yet terrifying. On the night of the new moon, when the world slept under a blanket of darkness, the well awakened. It was said that at the stroke of midnight, a single wish could be whispered into its depths. A wish granted, a life changed. But magic, as always, came with a price. The villagers approached the well with a mixture of hope and trepidation. They knew of its power, had witnessed its blessings and its curses. Some spoke of good fortune, of health restored and love found. Others whispered of unforeseen consequences, of desires twisted and destinies shattered. The well was a gamble, a roll of the cosmic dice, and yet under the cloak of darkness, people still came, drawn to its allure, desperate to tempt fate. Old Man Hemlock wished for his youth back, his wrinkled face regaining its lost smoothness. He woke up the next morning, his body rejuvenated, but his mind trapped in the past, his memories a jumbled mess. Young Elara wished for the love of the blacksmith's son, her heart overflowing with longing. He fell for her instantly, but their families, long at odds, erupted in a feud that split the village in two. The baker wished for wealth beyond measure, his hands calloused from kneading dough. The next day, his ovens churned out golden loaves that tasted like despair, each bite filled with the emptiness of his soul. He became the richest man in Oakhaven, yet the loneliest. The well gave, but it also took. It demanded balance, a sacrifice for every wish granted. The villagers learned to choose their desires carefully, for the price of a wish could be far greater than the reward. Emil was different. A boy of 12, his head was filled with questions, not wishes. He devoured stories of the well, his skepticism battling with a seed of wonder. He didn't believe in magic, not really, but something about the well called to him, whispered of secrets waiting to be unearthed. One night, as the new moon hung heavy in the sky, Emil decided to test the legend. Armed with his curiosity and a flickering lantern, he crept out of his house and into the hushed night. The air grew colder as he approached the well, the scent of damp earth filling his nostrils. He stood before the well, its dark surface reflecting nothing back. The wind whispered through the trees, sounding like warnings. Emil took a deep breath and leaned over the edge. Instead of a wish, he asked a question, his voice echoing in the stillness. "What are you?" he whispered into the well's depths. "What is your secret?" A chill wind swept over him, extinguishing his lantern and plunging him into darkness. He stumbled back, fear gripping his heart. Then a voice, soft as smoke, drifted from the well. It wasn't an answer, but a name. His name. "Emil," the voice breathed. "You seek to know the truth, but are you ready to hear it?" As quickly as it had appeared, the voice vanished. Emil stood there, shivering in the darkness. The wind died down, and an eerie silence descended upon the clearing. He felt a presence near him, unseen but palpable. Then he heard it. Thoughts, whispers, desires. They swirled around him, emanating from the well, from the very air itself. He could hear the hopes and fears, the dreams and regrets of every soul who had ever approached the well. It was overwhelming, a cacophony of emotions that threatened to drown him. Emil stumbled back from the well, his head spinning. He finally understood. The well didn't grant wishes, it amplified them, drawing on the deepest desires and fears of those who dared to approach it. And the price, it wasn't a sacrifice, but a consequence. The weight of their amplified desires, for good or ill, reshaped their lives. It was a burden, a gift, and a curse all rolled into one. Emil fled, the whispers chasing him into the night. He never spoke of what he had heard, but the well's secret stayed with him. He realized that sometimes the greatest knowledge is best left undisturbed. The well was a force of nature, powerful and indifferent, and some secrets he understood were better left at the bottom of a well.